Are spaces in your home not working for you? Or are you looking for a specific storage solution and not finding exactly what you need? I'm going to be sharing some out-of-the-box ideas that may just help you. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Shauna if we haven't met yet, and today I'm sharing some out-of-the-box ideas that may help you organize your home. From furniture to even rooms in our homes, if we can look past their intended purposes, we might just be able to make them work in ways that suit our needs. Let's start off with one of my favorite storage solutions, the dining room buffet or sideboard. The intended purpose for one of these is to provide storage for things like table linens and dishes, and then a flat surface for serving food. We do have one of these in our dining room that we use traditionally. The top actually holds fruits that don't need to be refrigerated, and down below holds things like our cookbooks, small appliances that don't fit in the kitchen, table runners, things like that. These can be so good for other rooms of our home as well. The one in our dining room we actually originally purchased as an entertainment center for our living room. I needed something that had multiple drawers to hold video game controllers and accessories and remotes, and then I wanted doors to hide like our DVD player, video game consoles, and then things like some of my paper storage solutions. I could not find anything in the size I wanted with all of the drawers and doors I wanted that fit in my budget until I stumbled across this buffet, and it worked beautifully for us for years. This is not the only buffet we have used in our home for storage. We actually had one for multiple years. We originally bought it for our old home as a coffee bar. So on the top held our Keurig. It had like hot cocoa for the kids. It held our favorite tea in a canister on top. And then both drawers held things like the mugs and travel mugs, and then other teas and coffees as well. And then down below, behind the doors, held like the kids' board games and puzzles. When we moved to our current house, it did work in our dining room space as a buffet. And then once we moved our current one into there, we moved that buffet into the sunroom where it held pet supplies for many years until we decided it's been empty for a while, we no longer need it, and we decided to part ways with it. And lastly, we have yet another buffet. We've actually had this one for like 13 years. I bought it for $12 at a garage sale, best $12 I've ever spent. And I originally purchased it for our living room at our old house as a way to organize supplies when I had my daycare. Inside the doors, I had a bin for each kid, and I stored things like snacks or diapers, wipes, things like that families would send specifically for their own kid. And it was a great way to keep things very organized. When I closed my daycare, we ended up putting things like craft supplies in it. We also stored some toys in there, and then we ended up using it as an entertainment center once we got our first flat screen TV and put that on the wall. At our current home, it lives in our mudroom. In the drawers are things like extra shoelaces, lint rollers, because we have pets. We need to get all that pet fur off of us before we walk out the door. And then behind the doors is where my husband and I store our shoes. I really love buffets because they really are so versatile, pretty much for any space, and they come in a variety of sizes, so it's really easy to find ways to make them work in your home. Continuing with furniture, in our old home, we really wanted a bench for our entryway. Our entryway was not very big, but a place for us to sit and put our shoes on or take them off at the end of the day was really important to us. And because the area was so small, I really needed something that had storage to it. Unfortunately, I could not find a bench that was as long as I needed, that actually had the amount of cubbies that I wanted. I spent months looking for something that would be perfect, and I just couldn't find anything. So one day I found an entertainment center. It was the length that I needed. I think it was only off by like an inch for what I was looking for. And then it had 6 cubbies that baskets could easily fit in. It was low to the ground, so we could all use it comfortably as a bench. From my youngest child to my husband, all of us could sit on it comfortably. So we bit the bullet and we purchased it. I did remove the glass doors, so when we were sitting there, we wouldn't like kick them and break the glass. But we each ended up with our own basket inside for like our mittens and our hats. And then I even put some extra pillows on top, and it doubled as extra seating in our living room when we had get-togethers. In our current home, I really wanted a table for our nook area, specifically as like a charging station for laptops, our phones, our tablets. I wanted drawers to hold like extra phone cords and accessories, and then a shelf at the bottom. I didn't care if it was open or behind doors, so each kid could have a bin for like school projects they were working on. Again, I could not find anything in the size that I wanted that fit in my budget that had the drawers and the shelf. Well, imagine my surprise when I was shopping for a bathroom vanity on IKEA's website when we were doing our downstairs bathroom remodel project, that I found a bathroom vanity that fit the bill for my charging station. It was the perfect size. It had 2 drawers. It had a shelf that I could fit 3 baskets on, and the top was solid. Like, I didn't have to worry about it being a bathroom vanity. I could use it as an actual piece of furniture. Unfortunately, it's no longer available on the website, but just to think that I'm using a bathroom vanity for something other than like a bathroom vanity would never have been anything that I would have ever considered. You may have noticed something a little unusual on top of the vanity nook table, and that would be a plate rack. This is the Ostbit plate rack from IKEA, and it functions as our laptop and tablet charger station. The tablets and laptops stand upright in here as they're being charged or not being used, which makes them easy to have a home, makes them easy to put away. It takes up so little space because before things would just get laid on top of each other, taking up the entire top of the table. At first I was a little nervous, especially with charging the laptops upright, but I guess that's how they charge them at school. And we've been doing this for years now and have had no issues with it. For costing less than $5, this is probably my most favorite out-of-the-box storage solution in my entire home. Moving on to rooms of a home, sometimes a house's layout will dictate how a space should be used. However, it may not work for our family's specific needs this way. Sometimes it's easy as switching the living room and the dining rooms. Sometimes it's a much bigger project. For example, we moved our kitchen from a small space to a large room that we really had no use for. And then by doing that, we were able to turn the old kitchen into our nook that we love so much. 99% of the time, you can make changes to your home without undertaking a huge project like that. The original owners of our home used a different entryway door than we do. So the original coat closet is fairly close to that door that they used, but that door doesn't work for my family. We use a different door. But in order to use that coat closet, we'd have to walk through the house in order to put things away. And knowing my family, especially when my kids were younger, putting things away would have been very challenging, so we knew that that just wasn't going to work for us. We ended up putting a closet by the door that we knew we were going to be using, and then the other closet, the original coat closet, we turned into our cleaning closet. Do we need a cleaning closet? No, but it was an available space fairly central in our home that actually fit all of our supplies, even our vacuum cleaner, and it just makes it so much easier to have everything in one space, and it worked so much better for our family turning that into a cleaning closet and putting a new closet elsewhere that we have not regretted it for a single minute. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope these creative organizing ideas help inspire you to think outside the box and create a space that works for you in your home. If you found value in this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on organizing, decluttering, and creating a home that works for your family. I'd also love to hear your thoughts. Do you have a favorite furniture hack that you've ever done or a unique way you've repurposed a room? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, happy organizing. Bye!